It's Halo meets Portal, and it's brilliant. Here are 7 reasons you should be playing Splitgate Arena Warfare. Splitgate Arena Warfare has a simple modus operandi, all the best bits of Halo's multiplayer combined with the physics-bending traversal of Portal. It's out now and we think it's worth giving a try, which is exactly what this video is all about. If you haven't heard of it yet, fear not. Watch on and see if we can convince you to get involved. And if you have played it, why not watch anyway and nod along with all the reasons you already knew about. Here's everything you need to know about Splitgate Arena Warfare.
Killing spree!
Sometimes saying a game is like another game is a criticism, and sometimes it's the highest praise imaginable. So, in the same way that Vermintide is a lot like Left 4 Dead, or that Paladins is a lot like Overwatch, Splitgate is a lot like Halo. And not just any Halo either. We're talking about the very best bits of Bungie's multiplayer shooter. Some of this comes from the speed at which your character moves and their survivability, but also from the heft and variety of the weapons on offer. The battle rifle has the same accurate staccato burst fire. The shotgun feels best when it's perfectly framed by the torso of the person you're about to annihilate. Even the melee attack, so often reviled in the FPS world, feels like being hit by a big can of beans. In this context, that's a compliment. So if you've played a recent Halo game and secretly yearn for the halcyon days of Halos 2 or 3, Splitgate understands you and wants to make you happy. You know that bit just now where we said Splitgate is like Halo? Well, that's still absolutely true, but it's also like Portal, if every puzzle was a team of heavily armed soldiers intent on wrecking you. The titular Splitgates work in a very similar way to Valve's absurdly brilliant physics em up. They're colour-coded with a corresponding portal on different buttons, and they can only be placed on certain surfaces, meaning that every map is crafted for inventive tactical play. You can fire through portals even if you can't see who or what you're firing at, and you can also destroy them at the press of a button for your own Splitgates or with an EMP grenade for your enemies. You can even create perpetual motion in the same way you can with Portal, perfect for reaching high places and executing incredible, humbling mid-air kills. Stay tuned to the streams for this one. The level of invention is going to be off the chain. Hello, terminal velocity. Literally. As much as the core mechanics recall those other 2 games, we need to point out that Splitgate feels totally different. Combining these 2 elements changes everything, even if you immediately understand how weapons and traversal work. It's amazing how quick it is to pick up the flow of Splitgate. You throw a portal up the moment you start so you can spawn the other end if you need to get away, but you'll already be thinking of unexpected ways to outflank your enemies. You'll also be constantly looking at the maps, pinpointing the areas where players might appear behind you. In the same way that Halo was often about where you chose to attack as much as how you executed it, Splitgate encourages you to mind your surroundings in a changeable environment. Unlike twitchier multiplayer FPS games, every encounter in Splitgate will give you time to breathe. Yes, it's fast-paced, but you have more health than in something like COD, so half a clip from an SMG won't be enough to kill you. This survivability makes for a tactical game. You'll have the chance to get away, regroup and rethink your tactics. Or, better still, tempt your opponent to follow you so that you can get the drop on them instead. But there's so much more to Splitgate than that. The addition of portals encourages lateral thinking on the fly, so you'll constantly be searching for ways to outsmart and outflank your enemies. In your first few games, you might just use them for getting away from a doomed encounter, but before long, portals become an offensive tool to holding the best ground and appearing where you're least expected. This is an FPS game where you're actually going to have to think, a refreshing change for arena shooter fans tired of the run and gun chaos of modern shooters. Anyone who hears the word Guardian and thinks of the Halo map before Destiny will tell you that the best shooters are built on a selection of incredible arenas. And thankfully, Splitgate is no different. There are 8 maps available at launch, and they reflect the best features of classic Bungie levels. Intricate crisscrossing walkways, thoughtful sight-obscuring verticality, and choke points where all the action seems to happen. They even have vaguely Halo-y sounding names, things like High Wing, Pantheon and Silo. Of course, the addition of portals levels adds another new element, as well as a considerable design challenge for the developers. But even after one game, you'll be comfortably using these gates to hop up to high points and rain bullets down upon your enemies. If you crave the clean, crisp challenge of old-school arena shooters, Splitgate is the game for you. There are no classes, no perks, and no nonsense. You're not going to lose that one-on-one fight because someone has spent time and money unlocking something you can't afford to buy. No, you're going to lose it because they're better than you. But the point remains that this is a Purist dream come true. There's a clarity of purpose here that's refreshing. It feels old-school too. This isn't to say it's slow or cumbersome, more that characters take some killing. Every encounter feels like a frenetic life or death game of rock, paper, scissors, rather than you instantly dying because you didn't see that kid camped behind a spawn point. There are some cosmetic items called swag packs which can be purchased or unlocked as you play and level up, but they never get in the way. And the ranking system is elegant in its simplicity too. Players are ranked 1 to 50 based solely on wins and losses. It's easier to rank up at lower levels and harder as your rank gets higher. Lovely. And finally, we've got the price. Free. We're not sure how much else we can say about this one except that free is absolutely the ideal price for a multiplayer online shooter. Just ask Apex Legends. Quite simply, if there's no barrier to entry, more people will be playing. The game is out now on Steam and the link is in the description. We look forward to outflanking you online. And there you have it. 7 reasons you should be playing Splitgate Arena Warfare. If you enjoyed this preview, let us know and we'll go further in depth in a future video, or you can just smash that like button to make us happy. Please subscribe to the channel for more weekly features, and remember to hit that notification bell so that you know when our next video lands. In the meantime, we'll be sat here thinking of alternate ideas for crossover games. Yakuza and Crusader Kings? Undertale meets Her Story? Okay, maybe not.